Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, David.
Uh-huh. Hi there, I'm coming over to say hello. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. I'm David Mork. I'm the chairman of the Heritage Project. This is Ed Anderson. And he and I served as president and treasurer during his term. It was a wonderful thing. We're happy to have Ed on this Heritage Project channel today. It's October the 30th, 2024. And tomorrow's Halloween, but we'll see what happens. Thank you very much.
Well, David, I'll tell you, this is an important project that you've embarked on, and the club really appreciates your efforts in doing this. It's something that we'll all be able to remember, and just what you were talking about a few minutes ago, about showing this to our grandkids and the whole family. So thank you very much for doing it.
You're welcome. It's been my pleasure. I started this years ago as a dream. 2012 was the first one on the site. And in those days I asked people, do you want to be on the YouTube channel? And several, unnamed now, have said, no, I want you to release it on my death. Oh, well, okay, so that's what we're doing. So now you've signed the agreement to post on YouTube, and we will do that hopefully in the near future, day or two. So the typical questions that I put together 12, 13 years ago are 13 questions. And at the time I wrote this, there was one charter, maybe two charter members of the club. Both of those charter members have passed away. So I'm not going to ask you the first question because I know it's not there, because you were not a charter member. Wayne Johnson, who is on this site, did answer that question. He was a charter member in 1986. So, since you were not a charter member, can you discuss how you became a Sun Lakes Rotarian, and how long have you been in Sun Lakes Rotary? And I'll give you that one. September 29th, 2015 is your date. Who was your sponsor and things like that?
My sponsor was a golf partner, actually. His name is Joe Kaminsky.
Oh, yeah, I remember Joe.
And one day that we were out playing, and I had just started to come into Sun Lakes to start to sell some properties.
Wow.
And I was living with the Elaine Rawls in Gilbert.
Right.
And we had been there for a number of years, but we were getting kind of tired of the big house and looking forward to downsizing. And someone told me about Sun Lakes, and I came over here and just actually got some good business out of it and selling some properties. And then one day, I was playing golf at Ocotillo, and then one of the other guys said, well, you should come over to Sun Lakes and play golf.
Right, sure, yeah.
So I came over, got a tee time, and they paired me with Joe Kaminsky.
A longtime Rotarian of this club, now deceased, yeah.
And we were just, riding, and Joe was starting to ask questions about who I am, and
right.
what are you doing, and what are you looking to do over in Sun Lakes? Boom. He invites me to breakfast.
Oh, the mystery breakfast.
I think it was the following week, I showed up for breakfast, and there was I don't remember the speaker, but it was a very welcoming club.
Right.
And everybody there, was, very happy that, Joe was bringing someone in, a potential customer, or a member, not a customer, but a member. And I heard the speaker, met a lot of people, had a good meal, actually. It was in Oakwood when we were doing it. And went home, talked to Elaine, and I said, this is for me. I have to add this to what I'm doing. I've got time, and now I can do it.
Very cool. Very cool. 9 years. We're filming this in the Oakwood Library, where we are today, and Oakwood was the, shall we say, the meeting place of choice for many years.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So it's been one of those things that Rotary finds a way into your daily life. And this club provides great opportunities for service, and you must have seen some of that at your first meeting.
Oh,
Can you
absolutely.
discuss how you've been able to meet the challenges of life and still be involved in Sun Lakes Rotary projects?
Well, when I first moved out here in 2000, I built a home up in North Scottsdale. And I thought I could play golf 7 days a week. Well, I quickly found out that the old body was not up to that. So a couple of days a week, and then I decided maybe I could get both of my sons and we could do a business together. Well, it turns out that we bought two businesses together. My son Jason, my oldest son, who was an architect and a designer, he decided that he wanted to get into the picture framing business and do a lot of work, special work with copper art. And then the opportunity came along that we could buy the East Valley franchise for Budget Blinds. And we did. And so this was all happening in 2001.
Okay.
And then I had the picture frame business and other business up till 2008. But the window covering business, I think we sold after 3 years. And it was a fabulous business at the time because everything was being built everywhere and everyone needed blinds and drapes. So it was a very good business. But then my sons decided that they knew more than I did, and they probably do. So they went into their own businesses.
Okay. In '08, there was a large crisis which caused a lot of people not to buy much. So you might remember that if you look at this sometime in the future. So what activities, Ed, have you been involved in, and why did you choose these? And we'll get to the officer business shortly, but prior to becoming an officer, when you joined in 15, did you choose to get involved in any activities, and if so, why?
Yeah, immediately I really didn't know what I was doing in Rotary. I mean, it was a kind of mind-boggling what everyone was talking about doing.
Right. Wow.
And one of the things that was interesting was, to do the splash. And actually, they paired me up with you, David.
They did.
And we had been doing the splash now, every month for 9 years.
9 years.
So it's been fun, and we've had a good time at it.
Yes, I agree. I think it, for years I called you Parnelli Jones because of your speed, at least I thought. But I have to be quick. It's interesting, I'm left-handed and you're right-handed, and you throw with your left hand out the left window, and I throw my paper out the right window. So we really belong in a UK type car. That'd be better. But it's been a wonderful thing for me and you to get together. I really have. Now, you were an officer of the club, and how did you become an officer, and where did you start in the hierarchy?
I think it was the last part of 2016. I think it's 2016.
So we're in the club for just about a year.
In a year, and then Peter Mead and I became good friends, and Peter decided that he was going to run for president. And he asked me if I would start the process and become vice president.
Right.
I said, I thought about it. I'm doing a lot of real estate at the time, and but I said I'll do it. And the preparation at the time was not a lot, just kind of like Ed, go do this, and Ed, do this, and nothing really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we go 6 months, and the person who was the president-elect to take Peter's job in the following year decided he didn't decide, he just had some health problems and had to drop out. So Ed moves up. And now there's 6 months to go before I become president, and I'm really kind of nervous. But, you know, I did a number of classes, and it was really kind of mind-boggling the amount of class and amount of learning that you can do in Rotary. I mean, it's just, well, actually right now I'm going to become the president next year.
Right.
And I've just finished about 90 learning projects. I decided to do that, started 2 months ago.
Which were not available to you
No.
when you did the president the
There's
first
a
time.
lot of new and exciting learning courses.
Right.
And it is, what Rotary is doing around the world is, it's just mind-boggling. It really is. We're so big, but yet the Sun Lakes Rotary Club has found just a way to make things really good for the community. And, you know, we're the education club for the Chandler Unified School District, and we do great things with them.
What can you, or can you now compare your preparation for your first term as president to now what will be your second term as president? Knowing what you know now, how do you look back on what you did then?
It was kind of seat of the pants.
I wondered, yeah.
And, you know, I've been in sales, you know, my whole career. So I don't have a problem, you know, getting up in front of people and speaking and telling people what I think. And, you know, maybe it's too much sometimes, but that's the way I am. And I really didn't know how to approach it. You know, I had really great help from Gary Whiting, who was our district governor in, I think, 2005. I don't remember the exact year. But Gary really mentored me and helped me, you know, to get it off the ground. And he was someone that I knew that I could go back to and ask him how to do this and how I should do this and how to prepare for this. And he was a great help.
Well, you did wonderful, also even better, great things for the club in your first term. I know you initiated and redid the club's strategic plan.
Yes. And it was with great help from you, David.
Well, I'm not eliciting that, but that was very, very good. And earlier this past month, I had this interview with Marge Wright. And if you look at her video on the site, she's the one who initiated the idea of the strategic plan. And post her presidency, all of the presidents has updated it. And I know you also did, which was necessary, because you thought about it. The bylaws of the club had not been revisited in years.
In years. And I was really shocked when I got to read them, and you helped me read them. Suggested a number of things that we needed,
Well, we all did, but I
needed to update.
But it really calls on you as the president to make that decision. And since your term, now 8 years or so, do you remember anybody else taking a look at the bylaws to the method and to the amount that you suggested since?
No. And it's something that's it was really overlooked. And but now I know that in this year Peter has and Chuck
Snyder.
Yeah. They've looked at the bylaws again, and they've made some really good updates.
Very good. So what would have been your greatest accomplishment? I think we just talked about it.
Well,
Do you have other things other than those two things?
I think that those two are good, David. But one of the things that you know, after some conversation, I found that there's a lot of spouses out there in our club that we're not members. And, why not? Well, the morning breakfast, we don't want to get up, and we don't want to do this, and we don't want to do that, and we don't want to come every week, and there was just a lot of excuses. But I think after maybe you and the rest of our board, we talked about it, we changed the meeting times.
Oh.
And if you'll remember, this was a pretty good old boys club.
So I don't remember that, but you're the one that switched it to the
Yes.
morning and afternoon to allow for others to join us.
And it worked, because now we
Yeah.
had we got some younger people, and they were able to come to the afternoon meetings because they work in the morning or they teach in the morning. And there was a lot of there were a number of angry members that the coffee club, and everyone sat together in the same table, the same people, every meeting. And that just drove me crazy. And so now it changed. I think there was about, I don't know, maybe pushing if it was 20% female in our club. Today we're 40%.
True.
And so it's continued to grow. And it's the growth for the ladies, and they're fantastic. They've done great work in our club. And I just hope that we can continue with that next year and find some additional members.
Yeah, it's changed. The club has changed, and your idea makes complete sense even today. And we still continue the morning and afternoon
Right.
meetings, and our membership has improved. And I think our role in the community has improved. So you've been a Rotarian just past 9 years now.
Correct.
Has the Rotary Club of Sun Lakes, has it changed your life, Ed?
It really has. And, Elaine, my lovely wife, partner, she says that to me a lot. She says, Ed, you are doing things in Rotary, and the way you love Rotary, this really has changed my life. It has. And I think about it, and I do a lot, and now I'm looking forward to being president again next year. And even, during my presidency, then being able to move up and become one of the assistant district governors, that was eye-opening. Going to other clubs and trying to, instill some excitement in the clubs and grow the clubs. And we had some good, and we made some, and some we didn't get to much growth, but it was really a great experience. And I'm really looking forward now to the presidency again, so look forward to some great changes.
So when you walk into a club and you're the assistant district governor, 4 or 5 clubs that you're doing or being a part of, do you get a different feeling walking into one of those clubs versus walking into the Sun Lakes Rotary Club? And why do you feel, I hope, better walking in the Sun Lakes Rotary Club meetings?
I think, the mix of members that we have, professional, not professional, retired, not retired, everybody it seems to be in a good mood all the time. And our greeters, which I didn't find at the other clubs, the new club in Queen Creek now is growing, that I was part of the start, is growing really well, and they're up to 40 members, and they're doing things like we did.
Not good. Oh, yeah.
There's some of the older clubs, some of the clubs in Chandler go back, started in 1934. I mean, these are old clubs.
That's 50 years before we got it.
And, but, you know, they're kind of just sitting, feeling good about the club, but it's really not growing.
They do what they do.
Sun Lakes is, our club is, I remember talking to you, David, at one time you said there was like 125 members in our club.
Just under that, yeah, there was at the time. Yeah, we were one of the larger clubs next to Mesa and Phoenix 100.
Well, I think now that, you know, we've just passed, I think 83 or 84 members, and Debbie Bailey has done a fabulous job of membership growth for the club. And now Ann Diamond is going to take over her position. I look forward to working with Ann, and I know that we can, and I know Peter is anxious and really trying to add new members to the club.
Is that what continues to attract you to the club, is the activities that we do as a club, or the members that we get a chance to meet, or both?
Well, you know, when I first started, I did, not knowing a single soul in Sun Lakes. And then all of a sudden, I'm a member of a club, and there's 90 friends there. You know, they're all really happy to see you every day, every week, play golf, do other things, go out for dinner. It's the friendship of Rotary, in Rotary, is phenomenal. I mean, David, you and I become lifetime friends.
We have, amen.
And many other people in the club are the same. And that's what I look forward to seeing weekly. That these are great people, and then be able to do things socially with them.
And then you play golf with another 100 members.
Correct. I am the president of the Oakwood Niners.
Right.
We play once a week, 9 holes, and all of us it's about the same age as the Rotary Club. We're all in the mid to high 70s.
Who is older, Ed?
Huh?
Who's the oldest one in this interview?
I happen to be older than you.
Okay, thank you. I just want to get that on the record. So that's 200 people. So that really has to change your life and change your landscape of friends.
Oh, absolutely. And I've been able to, enjoy the benefits of that. You know, it's just that Elaine and I have something to do all the time. You know?
Well, it says it's like in the splash, as we heard our recent speaker saying, if you live here and you don't have anything to do, read the splash. You will find something to do.
Well, she said, there's like 100 different clubs. And, I've sold real estate in literally all of the 55 plus communities in the East Valley and many of them out in the West Valley. And I must tell you, Oakwood and Sun Lakes, the whole 5 different little communities, Sun Lakes, Cottonwood, Palo Verde, Ironwood, Oakwood, there's nothing better. But the amenities that are offered here, plus being able to be in the Sun Lakes Rotary Club, you cannot beat it. I mean, that's what real, retirement should be.
Seems to me like you just answered almost the final question. To tell a prospective member and those who might see this, to maintain your club membership, living in Sun Lakes and playing golf and the other things that we see.
Oh, absolutely, David. And, I think the other thing is that as a legacy...
That's our final question. What do you want your legacy to be, Ed, in 10 years from now, or so, in that period of time? I mean, we're both hoping we can make it.
That I've been able to help the lives of club members, be able to help them move forward in Rotary if they want to move up, they want to become more involved in Rotary. You know, Rotary, we got 1,400,000 members. We're in over 200 countries. And everywhere literally, every little city, major city that you go to, if you want to, you can go meet all new friends. There's a Rotary meeting every week in the city somewhere, and you can find new friends and especially for your business. I mean, that's what Rotary started about, was business opportunities.
Amen.
You know,
that was Paul Harris's idea.
yeah, absolutely. And today, you know, we have a number of younger members in our club that are in business, and I hope that being members of the club, it has helped their business, and I know it helped mine. And you know, I've been real estate out here now since I retired for 20 years, and the last 9 in Sun Lakes has been fabulous.
I think it's coming around again. Rotary means business. We had a visit from our district governor maybe a month ago.
Right.
And well, tell us about that. How do you feel about that?
Oh, you know.
She's looking for, she wants to have business be part of Rotary. What do you feel?
Michelle Holcomb was the president of the Fountain Hills Rotary Club. And that was one of my clubs that I helped during my assistant governorship for 3 years. And I knew that Michelle was just this gem waiting to do something else. And then they made her an assistant governor as well, along with her presidency. And I didn't realize that she was going to apply, but she did. And she got into the chain to become the district governor. And it's a 1 year, it's a 3-year commitment to learn the whole process of becoming a district governor. But then once you become that district governor, now you've got 70 clubs to maintain and to go visit. And it's literally 1 year of your life strictly devoted to Rotary. I mean, if you want to improve the lives of, 3,000 plus members, that's what you have to do. Right. And Michelle is going to do a great job of doing that. And her theme is to go back to promoting business, because we're aging out in many of the clubs, and we need to bring in new members. And by doing so, we have to promote their business. And this is an important factor about how we can bring in new members if we can help them with their business. And we have a lot of retired professionals that have been in virtually every phase of American business. And so when someone comes in and they have an insurance business, or they have a real estate business, or they're a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever it may be, we have someone else that has been there and done that, and we know how to take care of it.
Excuse me, I'm just going to bring some books in. It's a meeting. Good reading.
We were interrupted, I'm sorry, but one of the things I'm going to say, which I don't think I said in the beginning, is this is going to stay in raw form. I'm not going to edit that out. A woman just came in and interrupted us, and even though the sign says in use, well, anyway. So I'm in 10 years now, 2024, there is an opportunity, Ed, for you to be, not only for you, for others who have been presidents. The criteria to be a district governor, as I know, is you must have been the president of the club.
Correct.
Okay. And you must have at least 7 years in Rotary. Okay. Well, you've met that. At one time, I was understanding that you might be looking to be a DG. Are you still, do you have any of those plans now, post your presidency in 25?
I think so. Right after that, my real estate business, I'm just kind of hanging up the shingle and just helping friends out right now to keep my license and help friends. Don't charge them a lot, just get it done for them. But I think I will become more involved in Rotary. They just added me to the district membership committee, so I know that membership for this year, in addition to what Michelle is trying to do with business, is a push now, but it's going to be a bigger push when Joe Sweeney comes in next year.
He was at the club recently.
Not Joe,
He was
not Joe Sweeney. Joe is the following year.
Yes.
It's Jim Schmidt that will be the district governor next year.
For your term.
Right. And there's going to be a big push on membership.
And I think that's fair. I think there's an opportunity for people who really want to help others and use their talent, and you've done that. I've been on the receiving end of that, and I've worked side by side with you. And it's been my pleasure and honor. And I look forward to our year.
Absolutely.
You become the
No.
next president. So
Getting ready for it, you asked me that question, David. One of the things that the chain of district governors that's in now, like for Jim Smith, his new preparation for incoming presidents has been fantastic. I mean, it's a very lengthy training, different modules that you have to do on Zoom, and then there's what they call the Southwest President-elect week that we have to go over to California and spend a week going through different modules, going through different speakers, learning about really how to be